Alright, what is up guys and gals? This is Brandon, and this is a little bit of a different video than what I normally do, but this is going to be me talking about how I deal with my super slow internet as being a content creator, because I didn't always have slow internet. Actually, just when I moved in this new house, I was told I could get, 2, 3, 400, 500 megabit. Oh man, there's hair in my mouth. But they actually only were able to get me 1.5 megabit, but I really only see like 1 megabit. So this is my story essentially. Now I know there's a lot of people out there that obviously have slower internet, but I think a vast majority of the people watching this probably have faster than 1.5 megabit internet. So how do I deal with having 1.5 megabit internet, especially like, I have multiple computers set up. And originally, what I wanted to do with this office revolved around having multiple computers set up. On this side, this was, or well, still is, my streaming and editing PC. I was swapping around some graphics cards, just doing some testing, nothing going on too crazy right there, but normally that cover is on that computer. And this computer, other than doing a little bit of mining, is strictly dedicated for essentially doing anything, processing, uploading, that kind of thing. Because there's nothing more frustrating than recording a video and start uploading, and you go to play a video game and it crashes the computer or something, and then your upload fails. Or when you're processing a video, vice versa. Anyway, but so what I'm doing to deal with this internet at the moment is I'm kind of doing a dual computer setup. So over here's my gaming rig. I got a 1 terabyte SSD in there, and I've downloaded a bunch of games that I can play while I'm offline. So I'm not using up a bunch of bandwidth, and I don't need a ton of bandwidth. So then I can set my uploads to go over here, and they can just take their time. On average, I think it was like I'm getting about 0.1 to 0.2 megabits up. So that's like 100 to 200 kilobits up. It's super slow, super slow. So for me to upload a video, and one little trick I was doing is when I'm processing the video, I'm down rendering it or downscaling it into 720. I know a lot of people don't want me to put it down to like 480 because the quality just really falls off. So 720 is kind of a happy medium, but a 5 to 10 minute 720p video will take anywhere from about 5 to 6 hours to upload. So it's like super critical not to mess with that computer while it's uploading, because if anything happens and the upload fails, it's like wasted all that time. And trying to upload 1080, it's just like you don't realize it when you have faster internet, but uploading a 1080 clip is just like impossible at the moment. Luckily, there is light at the end of the tunnel. I just talked to my company that is supplying internet, and I'm getting a business line run. Well, they're coming out tomorrow to estimate what it's going to cost to get a fiber node put at my location, or close to my property, so they can run me a line. And they said I was eligible to get up to 940 megabits of service. So, oh my goodness, that would be like coming off of 1 megabit going to 900, crazy. At my old location, I had 200 megabit, and I was able to stream, do my live streaming, upload, download. For me, right now, I can't live stream. I barely can watch YouTube. If I watch YouTube, I have to make sure it's not set to 1080 or 720, because if I do watch it, that'll suck up like almost all the bandwidth, and it doesn't leave anything for the lady downstairs. My woman is downstairs, and she does like to watch Netflix, and the quality, because Netflix is automatically, turns the resolution down. The quality that she's having to watch TV at is atrocious, and the bill that I'm paying for this internet, for this 1 megabit, is $60 a month. So I'm paying more money for worse service, but it's the only thing I have right now. Hopefully the business internet's going to pull through, and they'll be able to run me a fiber line, and everything's going to be hunky-dory, but this is kind of my journey. And it's definitely slowed me down. I know my old schedule, I used to do daily videos Monday through Friday, or a live stream. I'm lucky to get 3 out a week. Some people were asking if I was going to have a new streaming schedule, and I've definitely thought about it. I don't know if I could maybe try 3 videos a week. The hardest part is really the uploads. I've had a lot of failed uploads. I don't know if that has to do with maybe the speed being so slow, or just something happening. But I've had probably, I'd say 1 out of every 3 videos I try to upload fails, and then I have to try to re-upload it. Hello, kitty cat. After hours of it trying to upload, which is super frustrating. Especially when right now in the crypto market, I mean, heck, a day is huge. Everything can change in a day. But yeah, so this is me just kind of not a rant, but just me explaining a little bit of what I have to do to make it work. Now, when I am home, I make sure nothing is connected to the Wi-Fi except for the bare minimum. So my phones aren't connected. The lady's phone's not connected. I made sure I turned my Kindle Fire on earlier, and I was gonna download a book or something, but I don't know why. But the priority was like set the Kindle to download and use all the speed. So then the TV went off and my computer was losing connection. I'm like, what the heck? Not losing wireless connection, but like internet connection was dropping in and out. So I'm like, wow, a Kindle Fire can suck up all my bandwidth, which is just crazy. So I have to connect nothing except for the bare minimum, which you see I have 2 computers right now. I use one at a time. So when I'm on this computer in front of me, I'll have this one on, and when I go over to the other one, if this one's not uploading anything, then I'll actually, this one's on Wi-Fi, so I'll just turn the Wi-Fi adapter off. The other one is on a power line adapter, which I've thought about doing a little video on that because people ask me all the time, how do I get a hard line to my actual bedroom? I don't want to go off on a tangent because, that's a whole another topic. Being that it was a new house and they didn't run me Ethernet to my room, so it was just like, we're in the 21st century. Maybe they knew something I didn't. Maybe they knew I wasn't going to be able to get internet. But anyway, that computer over there is hardline, so I normally just unplug the line. And yeah, so one computer at a time. Then we run the TV on it downstairs, and we're pretty much maxing out this line like 24/7. If I do have to update anything, like say, oh goodness, if I have to plug in a new card and it needs a driver update, I try to do that. Any updates of the night while I'm sleeping, because if Windows needs an update or anything really needs an update, it basically renders the internet useless, like 100% useless. So I'm actually curious out there, is there anybody else living on super slow internet? I'm talking like 1 or sub 1 megabit internet, because it's been a long time since I've had an internet this slow, and there's definitely tips and tricks and that make dealing with the internet we live in today usable. Because back in the day, like even 5-6 years ago, 1-2 megabit was a lot more usable than it is today, because the internet wasn't as data rich. These pages, these websites weren't as heavy. When you go onto forums, it would be like warning, 56K warning, warning some of the guys with slow internet or dial-up to that this is a heavy post. And nowadays, it's just nobody takes that into consideration because a fast internet is just so common. But is anybody else out there on slow internet? And what are some of the things you do to cut back on some of your load times and just literally dealing with having like turtle slow internet every day? I'm curious to see what everybody else is doing. But hopefully I won't have to deal with this any longer. I will keep you guys updated on the ever-changing office situation. So this is just kind of a little bit of a video about that, and showing you guys my office. Some people were asking, am I mining at my house? And I could be, but I'm only mining on my desktops. At the moment, I have a rig down in the garage, and then there's the Octo miner. I was just setting a card, a couple cards in there. I do still have cards. That's not the issue. The biggest issue for me right now is I know I can mine on this internet, but I don't want to because the internet drops in and out so much. About every night for 2 to 3 hours around the 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. time slot, this internet is just dead. So it's like, running all these cards, I'd see a bunch of invalid shares. I'd see, a bunch of problems, and I figure I'll just leave them at my friends' houses because I have them at remote locations running. I'm splitting the profits with them. They have good internet, and then when I can finally get good internet here, I'll bring them back. I'll set up my operation. Can't wait to share that with you guys, because I'm going to be doing a garage setup where I'm going to be recirculating air from outside of the garage into the tent and then back outside. I may not end up using a tent. I may end up building me a box out of like drywall and wood, but I don't know. playing with some different ideas. I definitely want to keep it as compact as possible because I still want to be able to use my garage for other things. So I just, lots of ideas flowing. Oh, there I go again, going out on a tangent. So let me end this video so it doesn't take like 10 hours to upload. And thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Adios, muchachos.